Digital News Production Editor, Christelle Du Toit. Good morning, Christelle. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
You always tend to send other people. It's so nice of you to join us in person.
Thank you. You know what? It's a team effort, but it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week. Very much on the social media front and on the online front. Yeah. It's been matric results all the way.
Yeah, and it's been a very busy week. We've had a lot of different avenues that people could follow. Just tell us about our contribution to the whole matric picture.
Certainly. Well, first of all, from an online perspective, we had a special report, and we still have that report available, where you can find the latest news, you can find analysis, you can find fact boxes, you can find things like what does it actually take to pass matric, because there's been a lot of discussion around that and the thresholds and the different subjects. So that kind of information is there. And then, of course, we have video content and radio content and all that kind of in-depth coverage available. We live streamed the minister's announcement of the matric results, and those videos are still available, so the parents of these top performing students can go back and watch it again and again and again, and share it with their friends and family.
Tell us about how this has been received and what sort of numbers are tuning in to watch this live stream on the SABC Digital News platform on YouTube.
We've seen fantastic results on all our platforms in terms of the uptake of people. Our website traffic basically doubled. We saw a lot of response on social media. You know, younger people kind of tended to take to Facebook, so when the Free State, where they did very well, you found a lot of people taking to Facebook to say congratulations to the MEC. But certainly from the SABC's point of view, our traffic effectively doubled on the day of the announcements.
Tell us about the interesting stories that we've had online. Some of the good news stories. You know, I saw you ran an informative piece that's called What It Takes to Pass Matric, and then also tell us about some of the top performers that you've had on and what they've had to say.
Absolutely. You know what, it's always nice to kind of bring value add when you do online, and not just do your TV and radio, and give people the opportunity to go back to that, but to go that little step further. So what we, for example, did is we went and spoke to the top achievers. There is one top achiever whose picture is coming up who is blind, and one of the subjects he's pursuing going forward in his career is music, and we got him to sing for us, and it's a wonderful kind of touching element of you know, showing a human face to the bigger story. What we also did is there's a lot of information around matric results available that people tend to drown in. So we looked at a bit of the data, we looked at a bit of the finer detail, and we found that boys are consistently faring better than girls in matric for a number of mostly socio-economic reasons.
Wow.
You know, your young girls are pregnant, they have to be teen mothers, and even though they're allowed to go back into the schooling system, the reality is that they often have to be a caregiver at home as well as try and complete their studies. And what's very disconcerting when you look at the national bachelor's passes by gender, not only are they not performing as well as boys in passing, but the quality of their passes aren't as good as the boys. So that's very much, you know, so we got an analyst to comment on that. That's all available on the website, where they say you kind of have to look at the deeper issue and not just how many people passed.
I wanted to ask you about the sort of work that you've done during this period, about how you've visualized stuff and made it more accessible, because it's such a lot of data and such a lot of numbers over so long. Just tell us about the sort of user-friendly charts and the like that you've put up and how people have responded to that.
Absolutely. We've done, for example, what you can see as an intensity map or a heat map, where darker areas would be the provinces that did very well, and you can interact with it. You can see what is the province name, just kind of get an idea of geographical location and what is the percentage. So the lighter provinces, such as the Northern Cape, they were in the Eastern Cape, didn't do very well. And it just gives you an idea of who is where and what they do. I think, as you say, a lot of people get drowned in information, and often you just want a little snapshot to see this is what it actually means, and this is how I can relate to it.
People respond a lot better to pictures than they do to reams and reams of information, don't they?
Absolutely. And the nice thing about online is you can use the pictures, you can use the radio content, you can use the video content, and all of that content is still available afterwards. So people can still go to our matric feature at the moment and access the information in the videos and things that we've already uploaded.
Christelle, finally, if you've got some upcoming special coverage, just tell us about that. I think it's January 8 celebrations and the like that'll be happening over the weekend. Is that so?
Yeah, absolutely. absolutely. We've got a team going down. They'll actually be starting to send content and things like people's voices and what do ordinary people think. They'll start sending through from Friday. So if people keep an eye on the site, we'll definitely be covering extensively throughout the weekend the January 8th statement and the ANC's election manifesto launch.
Christelle, thank you very much for a very informative look at what's been happening online. You know, we've got one of the best digital platforms around now, so if people want, they can interact with it. But thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.